It's Max Major, and this is another episode of Major Questions. But before we dive into a brand new Q&A vlog, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. Number one, I'm in the process of reevaluating the type of content that I create and post to my YouTube and Facebook channel. And so you might have noticed that I haven't exactly been daily vlogging lately. Daily vlogs have been a great way for me to communicate with you guys and for me to chronicle my journey. However, there are some things that I really want to say or do at times, and the vlog format might not be the perfect fit for some of those messages. I woke up really inspired the other day and had this vision for this video I just had to create. It was about doing what you love. If you haven't seen this yet, make sure you check it out. It's called The Next Big Thing Is You. I'll link it up right here. Number two. Last week, I promised I would give away my old vlogging camera, and I finally decided on a winner. It was actually really tough. You guys gave some really compelling answers in the comments on that video, and I wish I had a camera to give to each and every one of you. But after much deliberation, the winner is Mr. Mystic. But here's the deal, Mr. Mystic. This camera comes with a promise, and that promise is that you will start creating YouTube videos. Once you create your first video with this camera, be sure to send it to me so I can share it with all of Major Nation. We'll be watching you. Major Questions. Chappelle.04 asks, who do you like more, Batman or Superman? Chappelle, I'm a Batman fan. I like the practicality of his skill set. I like that he's just your average guy, and that it's all based on his skill set, not some God-given ability. That being said, with the new movie coming out, I don't see the chance for a mere mortal to stand up against someone with a godlike skill set. Superman to the finish in that one. Mario Orsini on Instagram asks, what are you most looking forward to about spring? Hashtag Major Questions. Mario, springtime can only mean one thing. More V-necks and more sleeveless shirts. Sun's out, guns out, baby. At Cody Soto asks, what have you learned about social media in the past year? Hashtag Major Questions. Not something so much that I learned, but something that I realized over the last couple of years. And that is that numbers don't matter. When I first started creating YouTube videos, I thought that my measure of success would be the number of views or the number of subscribers that I got. But what I realized very quickly is that it only takes one person to change your life. Despite the fact that my vlogs only get a few hundred views per episode, the impact and the reach that they've had has been tremendous. In fact, my relationship with the production company that I'm selling my TV show with is a direct result of someone on their staff having watched the vlog. So stop chasing millions of views and followers and focus on the quality of the content and relationships. Shy Covington asks, hashtag Major Questions, beer or wine? Cheyenne, thanks for your question. I actually don't drink. I stopped drinking on Thanksgiving of 2014. It'll be 2 years this Thanksgiving. In my glory days, wine would have been the answer. Joyce Becker Match on Facebook asks, Max, you have the whole package. Formidable talent, model good looks, great personality, ability to relate to all kinds of people, media savvy, technical skills, business acumen, leadership, and life coaching skills. Which have been most important in getting you to this point, and if you had to give one up, what would it be? Joyce, I think the most important skill that I have above anything else is work ethic. It's the one thing that you're in complete control of that isn't left to DNA, it's not left to the face that God has given you, it's not left to talent, it's really something that you can control. If I had to give up one of the skills that you listed, it would be technical and IT skills. While I do have a really solid foundation in technology, that's something that I could always hire someone else to do. At KevDC1 asks, hashtag Major Questions, does Bruce ever bark? Yeah, Bruce barks. However, he never really barks at other people or other dogs. The only time he really barks is when he's left alone inside the house, but that we've been making great progress on. In the absence of vlogging every day, I've actually been super active on Snapchat over the last couple of weeks. We'll put my Snap code up on the screen right here. This is a great way to follow along with everything that I'm doing, a little less formal than the vlog, still give you a peek backstage. This week I actually requested some questions from Snapchat as well. This one says, what's your favorite magic trick to do? This actually fluctuates from week to week and even day to day, but lately I'd say my favorite thing to do is the challenge rope escape. That's the feat where I get tied up in 100 feet of rope and I have as much time as it takes them to tie me up to get out. It's just something I really love about the physicality of that. It truly is me versus the other two guys or gals, and I really enjoy doing that. Lately, that's my personal favorite. Question coming from Dakota on Snapchat. He says, how's the new TV show coming along? Dakota, progress on the TV show stalled for a couple of weeks, almost 3 or 4 weeks, when we were trying to get everything on the legal side kind of nailed down, just lawyers going back and forth. It was a little bit frustrating. I felt like my hands were tied and I just wanted to get back to work on the show. We finally got all the agreements done and have gotten back to work. Just saw another cut of the sizzle, which looks pretty damn good. Starting next week when I get back from Philadelphia, we'll be taking our first meeting with a major network. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated on how that's going. Steven Capolino asks, scariest moment on stage? Actually, I know the one moment I was ever terrified on stage. This was at Bloomington Playwrights Project in Indiana. I was eating the light bulb in the second half of the show, and I turn around after I have an entire mouthful of glass to grab a bottle of water to swallow the light bulb, and there is no bottle of water on stage. It's something that's part of our preset checklist. We went through the checklist 100 times, and I can't call for help because, again, I have glass inside my mouth. So I kind of mumbled in the microphone until Derek backstage realized there was a problem. He brought me out a bottle of water, and luckily nothing bad happened. It was a huge oversight and could have been very dangerous, but luckily I was A-okay. I did walk off the stage very pissed off that night. That's it for this week's episode of Major Questions. Regardless of how many videos I'm putting out on YouTube each week, this is something that I'm always going to do every week because I absolutely love having a conversation with you guys. I'll see you next time for Major Questions. One more thing. Each week during Major Questions, I choose someone to win a free piece of merchandise. It could be one of my t-shirts or a deck of cards, a necklace, a hat. And people have asked how I make that decision. Well, sometimes it's a question that I find really thought-provoking. Other times I choose someone completely at random. This week in particular, our winner is Mario Orsini. Mario, shoot me a note and I'll get you a free piece of merchandise. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you'll know as soon as a new video is posted throughout the week.